Well, hello to the Dorks Deduction podcast. Fuck off. I haven't even started yet. You what?
Hello to the Dorks Deduction. We are the Dorks Deduction.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realise that.
Welcome to the Dorks Deduction podcast, where we talk about stuff.
Hello, live from London. It is the Dorks Deduction. And here are your hosts, Tommy.
Hi. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Hi.
Matthew.
Hi.
And Christopher. Oh, hi. Tonight we're going to be talking about the topic of trolling and anonymous posters on certain sites. We have a bit of opinions on this, and let's just get one thing clear. We're not talking about the Hacktivists Anonymous. We actually love those guys. Support them. I have a poster on my wall. But other than
They
that...
are legends.
Yeah. I'm not with NatWest, I'm with Halifax.
Please,
I'm with Halifax.
leave our money alone. We love you guys, and if that means we can keep a healthy bank check, keep focusing
Shall I
on
give out my PIN number?
Give out your long card number and your security code as well while you're doing that.
Oh shit, accidentally gave out the right one. Oh.
Oh, what I should say is thank you to the Nerdist podcast and Will Arnett, because you'll most definitely be listening to this, because you inspired this in that episode that you did like a year ago.
And that's
I've
factual.
only just listened to. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless. Our fourth episode, and he's already got a celebrity listening. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just... Oh, I'm kissing this one.
Yeah, he's most definitely listened to this. Why wouldn't he be?
The only way is up.
It's like the most optimistic and yet depressing saying ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your initial thoughts on this issue? What do you think about anonymous posters? But I, to be honest, I'm going to predict that the feeling is mutual, whatever it is.
I think we should, because it's quite a long title, Anonymous Posters and Trolls, we should just call them internet douches, and I think that sums up my opinion as well.
Rather nasty fellows. I think that's what we should call them.
Yeah.
Oh, those fellows.
Oh.
So, what is an internet troll, really?
Well, it's someone who posts either comments that are off topic or are nasty and rude.
And it's always deliberate, the off-topic comment. Or it's so silly that they are trying to start a flame war.
How do you know they're not just stupid?
Because when someone says, is Tupac doing any more new albums? Or is Michael Jackson...
Oh, just spat over my laptop.
Is Michael Jackson using white makeup? Or, I don't know, stuff that you think would be public knowledge.
Yeah, but some people might just genuinely be that stupid.
Well, here's the thing. That turns the person that criticises that into either a nasty hater or the victim of a trolling. And it's funny how that can go both ways. But there are a lot more devious versions of trolling out there. This is just... That's kind of the fun type, where you look at it and you chuckle and go, what a cunt. But there's other types where
Things
they are
a
lot
bit
more...
darker.
Yeah, like... There are times where they maliciously attack someone. Obviously, the really bad ones are when there's, say... There's a popular one is when there's a feminist, extreme feminist, on Twitter or something. And you'll get these people that say stuff like, oh, go die, oh, I hope you get fucked.
Raped.
Yeah, really bad, nasty, malicious shit.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, it doesn't... They're doing it because it's a bit of a power trip. There's stories about people who got caught and they said, I don't know, it just makes me feel powerful.
It's basically like bullies just online, and you can actually hide your identity. It's just awful.
That's
really
the problem in this day and age.
I think, Matt, me and you were talking a little bit about the Madeline McCann troll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've actually looked up her name, so I can give you her name and then you can go into it if you like.
Okay.
Brenda Leland, or Leyland.
Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda.
Isn't there someone else called Brenda?
There's a lot of people called Brenda.
Oh, no, it was Daphne or something, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So
classic banter.
All right. So Brenda Leland, the Madeleine McCann troll.
Who?
Brenda
Brenda?
Leland. Yeah.
Leyland.
Leyland or Leland, one of them.
We'll go with Leyland. She's dead anyway, so it doesn't matter.
We're gonna get letters.
Oh.
Well, don't send out that bit, you idiot.
No, we're leaving that bit in.
No,
Wipe away
no.
a tear while I slap my knee. Oh.
She fucking deserved it though, so fuck it.
Okay, I don't know about this person, so please
Alright,
do
so
tell.
Matt, do you want to talk about it or?
Yeah,
Okay.
I shall start my story now.
And then I'll correct any
Fucking
mistakes.
Jackadori now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so, obviously you know Madeleine McCann. Well, you might not know
we
her
know.
personally, but you've heard of her. She went missing in Portugal. And obviously there's a lot of people who think her parents are to blame. Some even think that they actually kidnapped her themselves somehow. Basically, this Brenda Leyland was a troll who kept, I think it was on Twitter or something like that, posting really bad comments to the Madeleine McCann's parents.
Yep, it was over Twitter, and her handle was called @SweepyFace.
@SweepyFace, she
Yes.
was
Wait,
her
and
Twitter
get
handle.
this. What I found most funny about this story is she's 63-year-old housewife from
Yeah.
Leicestershire.
Yeah,
Oh, see what
a
I mean by boredom?
63-year housewife.
Yeah, 63-year-old housewife.
It's like catfish.
And she got caught out, basically, and then she committed suicide in a hotel in
Fucking
Leicester.
hell. Serious?
Right. Not far from where I live.
Well, then, how bad were these tweets?
Basically, she was a rather nasty woman.
Right.
And she was harassing the McCanns online,
Yeah.
saying not very nice comments about them, how they were responsible for Madeleine's disappearance.
Well, the thing is, that was going around the news anyway. I want to know what separated her from the media, like the Sun. That was already they print speculations
Yeah.
anyway. You know, I mean that's more malicious than some random Twitterer.
I think it was just a constant stream of it, probably.
And it was
And
going directly to them.
And this wasn't that long ago. This was about a year ago, or probably less than a year ago. So all the Madeleine McCann stuff has sort of relatively died down.
I did feel a bit weird about them before, though. I did feel, the book publishing.
Yeah.
I thought the really weird circumstances. I thought they were either. And I don't want to offend anyone, but I felt they were really irresponsible, or the other one doesn't beg to think about. They actually wanted this to happen somehow.
Yeah, but I do feel the same way. But the fact is, they have other children. They have 9-year-old twins. Well, they're probably about 10 now, so they use the internet.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can see everything that's been written about their family and their parents and their sister. So I think that was really responsible of a 63-year-old woman, housewife.
What was her status? Did she have any daughters or sons, or
I don't
does she
know.
still have a husband?
I'm not quite sure. Well, she's a housewife, so I'm assuming wife means she has a husband.
Poor husband.
Yeah, the poor fucking husband.
Yeah,
But
suicide's a bad thing, dudes.
Yeah,
everyone that's listening, people are going to miss you if you commit suicide, no matter who you are.
yeah, but you know what? I would say this is sort of just desserts. Okay, because she got harassed by the media because of her tweets, and the reason for the harassment was because she was harassing people that had lost their child. Which, yeah, maybe they had something to do with it, but maybe they didn't.
It's not
They
really
still
any
lost
of her
the child.
business.
Yeah, it's not really.
As well.
Yeah, it's not any of her business. Yeah, so she killed herself because she was getting harassed for harassing a couple that had lost their child, and there was an uproar afterwards about how the media pounced on her and how it was the media's fault that she had killed herself, and trolls were supporting her, and it was a bit ridiculous, really. So they were attacking media and Sky, and there's no reason not to attack Sky, really. But anyway, for her death. When I'm just like, really? You have so much compassion for this woman who's obviously quite horrible? I know I'm being very judgy, but I don't care.
The thing about these trolls, and they need the power trip, because a lot of them, the ones that have been found out anyway, seem to come from broken homes. Not everything is going right for them. There's a reason they're online all the time. And you soon find out that once you find that out, actually, in a dark sort of way, it's kind of invigorating because you realise that the reason they are trolling is because they need that level of exertion. They need that outlet. Obviously, it's a really bad outlet, but it's comforting to know that away from the computer, they lose all that malicious power.
Yeah, but do you
It's better than them killing people.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think most things are maybe better than killing people.
Funny thing is, when they say, I'm going to come over and rape you and you're going to die, it's the fact that knowing that they probably struggle just to get out of bed in the morning is a lot more comforting to know that murder is going to take at least 20 years to happen.
Yeah, but I'd still rather they not say it.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
Because I'm a woman, and if I tweeted something like, I really hated the last episode of, iZombie, because that's all I talk about is television I've watched on Twitter. And someone said, hey, that's out of order, I'm going to come over and rape you. I don't think I'd be okay with that, even though I knew that was never going to happen.
It's probably a really good episode, though. Like...
Yeah. You never know what cult TV fans
Maybe
are
you're
like.
just wrong, okay?
But to be fair, that's clearly not going to change my mind either. If someone says they're going to rape me, I'm just like, well, that doesn't change my opinion on the episode.
Have you changed your mind yet? Yes. It's great.
If I was a weaker person, that would probably affect me a bit more. I'm not saying I'm strong and confident, it's just there's a lot of people that are less strong and confident than I am.
It's a bit of unpleasantness for no particular reason in a place which literally is happening in your own home, if you think about it. And you don't want that. It's just, it's a bit more unpleasant than, say, a seed in your teeth. It's not very nice. And to have it happen to you in such a private place, your home, it does feel a bit violating, no matter how unrealistic it is. It's just not a nice thing. It's something you didn't want and someone else has indulged in to make you feel bad. Yeah. And it's not, pretty much.
Right.
Which is really annoying if they do get caught out, or if, they get found out, they get double standard, they get caught out on Twitter just before a statement, they'll resort to that old Jeremy Clarkson phrase of, it's just a joke. Can't you take a joke? Oh, it's just a joke. But to be honest, if it offends someone, if you made a joke and someone got offended by it, you work it out, understand.
Yeah, you'd apologise.
And it's not hard to understand
and I offend
why.
a lot of people, so I have to dole out a lot of apologies.
And it still hurts to this day, but still.
Sorry.
But if you find out, there you go. Thank you very much. I accept that. But if you, it's not hard to see how a racist comment or how a very Clarkson-y comment could offend someone, and if you can't recognise that, then there's something wrong with you. So the right person would say, yeah, I'm sorry, I was a bit out of order about that. I only meant it as a joke, but I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Anonymity.
Trolls set out to hurt people. They don't. There's no apologies.
And why should they? They don't have anything in their way. They can do what they want behind that closed wall. It's just how they feel. They have that freedom. The internet has given them that freedom. Yeah,
because they can all they all hide behind a cloak of anonymity.
Oh, sorry guys, I got to go back in time.
Okay, so Chris, how was the 80s?
Short, shriveled, and always to the left.
That's testicles, isn't it?
What were we talking about? What was this podcast about? Anonymous
Trolls.
commenters and trolls.
So let me tell you the most extreme example I've met online about these kind of trolls and anonymity. I've said that wrong. Anonymity. I've always had trouble with that word.
Anonymity.
Ominous.
Anonymity. Thank you.
Stop with the ominous.
Thank you, my dear. So, it didn't happen to me. I witnessed it, and I was lucky enough... Well, I don't know if lucky is the right word. I was lucky enough to jump on the bandwagon at the very end. I didn't join in, but I was watching this thing happen. And It's called The Saga of Chris Chan. This is about a man-child who is famous for many things, but initially creating a really crap web comic called Sonic Chew. What is Sonic Chew? Have a guess.
Does Sonic do porn? I don't know.
It's a tube.
I wish.
It's Sonic.
I wish.
Does Sonic chew on, I don't know, cat remains?
I wish.
Did you say chew or tube?
Chew.
Chew.
As in when you're eating
C-H-U. C-H-U.
Chew. Is it a racist Sonic?
No,
Chew.
but we'll get to that. Chew.
Jew.
Oh, well, I'm assuming they're all racism thrown
Basically,
at Chris Chan.
Chris Chan, as a kid, had a big fascination with Sonic. And he ended up, in his late high school years, creating a comic, because he also loved Pokemon. But obviously he couldn't use copyrighted characters to make this comic, so he ended up melding both his favourite characters together to make Sonic Chew, the aborted fetus child that we hear today. And this comic was... It's fun for what it is, but it's rife with ultra-Christian belief, homophobia, and the fact that by about... there's about 10 comics in the whole thing, and by about issue 2, it doesn't even focus on the titular character, it just focuses on Chris Chan, because he adds himself as a character in this comic. This comic's one thing, go and look it up if you prefer to. There's more written on this guy than Zach Braff, than even Washington. But he's a fascinating character. The man himself is a high-functioning autistic, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It may add to why he keeps coming back to the trolls. Basically, he is looking for a boyfriend-free girlfriend, which he would call his sweetheart. And I'm using words that he uses. And the trolls got a wind of him in 2004, I think, or 6. And for 10 years, they have been trolling this guy.
10 years?
10 years. He's still going. Recently, he got in trouble with the police because he maced a guy out in public. Because he was protesting in a game store, the colour of Sonic's arms, and they're the wrong colour. So someone told him to stop defacing this, and he maced them as he walked out. This guy, by the way, is 32 now, and he's a man baby. But there's grey morality on both sides. These trolls, who basically hounded him for a very long time, pretended to be women, and obviously, because it's Chris Chan, he believes exactly what they say, resulting in some of the most awkward conversations, awkward reveals, and the worst thing is, every time this guy meets a troll, he has to make a video about it. So there's a whole long list of this documentation of his life online. It's cringeworthy as hell. But these trolls, they don't outright say, you're fat, or I hate you, go die, because that doesn't work on him. And they know they can do even worse things. So it's basically invading his life. There's one really, really weird bit where he's talking to a guy who he thinks is a girl, and they're chatting online, and this troll tries to get him to masturbate. And this is on video. God. So you just hear him masturbating, but then another troll sees this, because it's a live leak, and he rings his dad and says, Chris Chan's going to kill himself on YouTube. So there's a really embarrassing moment where this guy is masturbating, and then his dad walks in on him, and it's an awkward... He's telling him to get out of there, and it's actually... I did laugh a bit. But it's really... It's like the most organised trolling you'll ever see on the internet.
It's anonymous bullying, okay? It's horrible.
It is. But the thing is, it's so grey morality on both sides, because this guy also tries to play them back. He's trying to basically lure these girls to come and... He wants to get his rocks off, basically, and he tries to magic it up, saying, I can't describe the guy. It's something you have to discover for yourself.
Right,
but,
I will look into that.
Oh, there's a documentary... A guy has put together a documentary, a 1-hour documentary, which details the whole thing, and it's something to behold. Just look that up.
Okay, will do.
Yeah.
But I've shone this light on Chris Chan for you. Be it your... if you really want to watch it, you are allowed to. The documentary itself...
allowed to?
You are allowed to. I'm basically showing you one of the backdrops of the internet here.
Right.
The documentary is safe to watch. Do not worry. The guy keeps it PC. He describes what he has to, but there's always going to be stuff he can't add in. There's so much on this guy, and it's just he. The funny thing is, it's regular goofball behaviour. The way he acts, the way he talks to people. He's actually quite an interesting guy to behold.
I'd expect so.
Like I said, seeing is believing.
Yeah, we should check out that documentary. Would have been nice to do that as research because we're so big on research. Yeah, we probably should have done that as research.
Well,
with all the other things that we do.
I think, if anything, I want your raw opinions on the guy. So knowing that you haven't watched it yet is nice.
We could do a follow-up podcast.
Yeah, we should do.
On the Chris Chan. Yeah, that would be interesting. But I'd probably have to put in some key videos with some background to show you on the research. And, if you're interested, you can have a look at that shit.
Yeah, we'll do. So that's your experience of the internet and trolling. I used to like the internet before trolls became apparent. I used to go onto message boards. I used to talk to strangers. I shouldn't really be saying that in case my parents hear, but they're not going to listen to this. But I used to do it all the time. Trolls have put me off.
Yeah.
It just stops being fun. And they're horrible people. And then occasionally people mistake me for a troll.
I recently watched a YouTube video, a TED Talk. And it was a TED Talk. And it was a talk on internet bullying and this woman's experience with it. But it did come off as a lot of people saw it as ultra-feminism, which, to be honest, that's never affected me. I have no opinion on the subject. But I put good vid, because I thought some of the points were good. And it was a very simple comment, good vid. And then a whole bunch of guys out of nowhere, and this is very recent, took issue with the fact that I put good vid, because most of the comments were just terrible, oh, what a bitch, she could go die. And I think in a way, I was kind of trolling the trolls by putting good vid. Even though I didn't even initially think so. I think I was trolling them. But yeah, they took offence with that and then started cussing me out.
Okay, well, my experience when people thought I was a troll was, remember Twilight a few years ago? It was popular. Yeah, well, I saw on a message board someone was comparing Twilight to Buffy. And you guys know me, right?
Oh, yeah.
You guys know,
do we?
You guys
I do.
I know where this is going.
You guys know how important Buffy is into my life and everybody else's life. It should be important to as well. And, they were comparing it, like genuinely comparing it. And there is no comparison, which is what I said. I didn't realise that the thread was started by a Twilight fan, and because Twilight was so massive then and all their fans were everywhere on the internet, the whole thread consisted of Twilight fans. So I got the shit attacked out of me by probably 10-year-old girls and their mothers. That's my personal experience. That's one of the things that puts me off the internet.
Give us an example of what they said.
I can't remember. It was like, 2008, 2009? Way back when? It's like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
All I know is that one thing that did stick out to me is that they can't spell properly. So, you know what, trolls? You're stupid and you should go to school.
Are you sure they weren't just playing on your sense of grammar?
No. I just think they were genuinely stupid. Like, they thought role, as in a TV role or movie role, was spelled ROLL.
Well, here's the thing. Are they actually trolls or just abusive fangirls?
I think they were fans, but they thought I was a troll.
Oh, right. So you got the opposite done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't win them all.
Yeah.
If that's what they prefer, that's fine. What message board was this?
Oh, it was just, I can't remember.
Because if it was a Twilight message board, then you're the troll.
No. It could have been, you know what? I think I just followed a link. But, yeah, I can't remember the actual specific board, but yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, all I know is that I stopped going back to it after like the third email I got about someone responding to it. So yeah, and then I just junked it. So Matt, have you had any trolling experiences?
I've not had any personal experience because obviously I'm perfect. So why would anyone have any need to criticise me?
Aside from the diapers, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Matt, your input was invaluable in that one.
Although I have seen trolling and stuff like that on YouTube a lot, particularly.
YouTube is like the worst. It's like the hotbed for everything.
Yeah,
there could be really long debates on there that always end up going tragically wrong.
Yeah, and you want to know what? YouTube annoys me because I sort of do want to see the debate, but when you say when something is replied to a comment and you click on the comment, the original comment, it takes you to another fucking page.
Yeah.
With the comment, and I'm just like, I didn't want to see that.
I know.
You know,
it's awful.
The best type of troll wars, though, are when they start trolling each other or arguing with themselves. So you might be on a video of I don't know, your favourite Studio Ghibli anime, your favourite scene in that one.
He's such a dog.
And, I am, yeah. And you might go, zoom down, let's see some random comments. And it's maybe a list of 60 all talking to each other. And you go to the 40th one, and it says, well, you're just a liberal douche, and this country's gone down the shitter. And you're like, wow, how did that come about? So off topic, but that's the kind of shit that you see on YouTube. It's all... There's no saying sorry. There is no saying sorry. It's just an avatar and attitude. And there's no need to worry about it. You can just delete your comment if you realise you fucked up. There's no permanent record of it. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You know what I think is worse than YouTube a lot of the time, though? Have you guys ever gone on Reddit?
I've been on Reddit, yeah. But
have you looked at their subreddits?
Yeah,
where users make their own threads about certain subjects.
Oh, threads. I haven't been on the forums.
Ah, no.
Yeah, so there's this guy called Violent Acres.
All right.
And let me bring up a list of...
Should you be naming him?
Violent Acres, that's his username.
All right. I know, but should you be...
Who gives a flying fuck? If you want to attack this tosser, attack him.
Aha, I see.
All right. So his subreddits specialise in jailbait. So they would collect pictures off the internet of girls that look under about 16, 17 in sexy poses or bikinis. So they'll go on these girls' Facebooks, take the pictures and put it all on this thread.
Are you serious?
Yep. And other ones that he has are called Choker Bitch, Nigger Jailbait, Rape Bait, Hitler, Jew America, Misogyny and Incest.
He's got to be... Oh, for fuck's sake.
He's clearly doing it just to start something, because he has... I think there was an article about him, and he is a married father from Alabama or something.
How many pictures of Hitler do you need to satisfy your Hitler fetish?
I don't know,
a lot.
But Matt,
a lot, trust me.
Matt, me and you have been talking about Hitler a lot today, haven't we? God, why do we keep talking about Hitler? But yeah, so yeah, I just had to point him out because because he disgusts me a bit. There's no point to me doing this. It's just he's a bit of a dick.
Well, it's a good example.
Really boring how predictable it is, though, isn't it? It's always you're a Jew, you're a faggot,
to be offensive.
you're
exactly.
Muslim.
And there's
it's offence. It's not because whenever I've been called a troll, it's just because I've had a differing opinion. My theory on what a troll is this man. He's doing things just to make people's tempers flare.
And that's the thing, a lot of their comments are just easily solved by logic. But if you actually play that game, you're playing into their hands because that's what they want. If they say something silly and you correct them, already they're rubbing their fingers thinking, perfect, falling into my web trap.
Yeah, which is why I've stopped going on the internet, because I always... You know how I like to have the last word?
I do.
So, yeah.
You do.
It doesn't end well.
Do you have any sort of solutions that could be given?
You know what? Facebook have actually started to delete loads of accounts when, it's been verified that people are doing it under a fake name. They have a completely different name.
They've been a bit PC with certain things, though, lately.
Yeah, but I actually support them on this one.
This one I do.
Yeah, because what is the reason for people to have a Facebook account in a different name?
Yeah.
It's a profile. It's your profile.
I still see a few malicious things, but they're not as bad as Twitter. They aren't.
No, Twitter, they need to fucking tighten their reins. I swear to God, people are kids are hurting themselves and killing themselves because of being attacked on Twitter by... It's probably just one person with like 10 different accounts. Twitter needs to sort themselves out. It's getting really malicious.
I thought they were meant to be because of all the cases they've had.
Not really.
Yeah.
There's not really much policing involved. I mean, I've never had to report anyone, but I don't really, look at other people's tweets. I'm quite self-obsessed on Twitter. I don't even look at anyone's tweets apart from my own. But yeah, to be fair, some stuff I can say could be deemed trolling. But I usually only insult Kim Kardashian, just her. It makes me feel better, and I'm pretty sure it makes her feel better because people are talking about her. So I think it's all fair game.
Speaking of that, did you know that Kanye West is making a game?
A game? Oh, God.
Where he this is an actual thing as well, where you guide his mother to heaven.
Oh, can he just go away?
He won't.
Can't they all just go away? Why are they getting money for doing nothing? I don't understand.
Is she dead, his mother?
Yeah.
She was his manager as well. She died, and there was a big song and dance about it from him.
Matt, don't say it. Whatever you're going to say, don't say it.
Oh, damn.
I'll go on.
I was just thinking of creating the same game, that's all.
I like Reddit.
Reddit, like... No, you like the nice parts of Reddit, like the AMAs with celebrities. I don't like the rest of it. And I also think... I was going to say, I think teenagers shouldn't be allowed on the internet, but clearly the worst trolls that we've come across are not teenagers.
I think, in the end, the biggest message we can say is, whatever does happen online, does stay online. There's rarely any cases where people come and actually attack you from the internet.
Yeah, but that's not the problem. The problem is people are getting attacked on the internet and it's just breaking down their self-esteem and they could be harming themselves. Because you hear about kids all the time being cyberbullied and them not being able to deal with it and hurting themselves, or even worse, killing themselves. You hear about gay kids in America that have been attacked for being gay and then they go and kill themselves.
My point is, just to remember, whatever does happen online, whoever does bully you, just remember they're just words. They're not going to jump out at you. It does hurt. It really does hurt. But that's all they can do to you. And once you leave them, they have no power. And if you ignore them, sometimes I think it is best to ignore them. Sometimes you can't really do that, I understand. But it depends on how you handle the situation. Just remember, if they resort to threatening you, then you're in a better place than they are.
That's like some self-help shit right there, Chris.
Sound advice.
I also think that to have a Twitter account, a Facebook account, something, we need something else. You have to hand over all your details to Twitter. Because Twitter's the main problem, right? One of the main problems. All
An
your details.
IP
I think,
system.
the IP, your email addresses, your name, your date of birth, where you grew up, your parents' names, everything. So if you get found as a troll, they could just publish everything.
Yeah.
They can hand it over to not publish everything, maybe not, but hand it all over to the police.
Do you think, though,
I
there
don't
would be
think
a
people
counter?
should... what?
As in, what we were talking about with the Big Brother state. Do you think there would be a big demonstration against that?
Yeah, probably, but I'd rather have that than kids killing themselves over being attacked on Twitter.
Good point.
I'd rather that than, threads on Reddit being made about jailbait.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'd gladly live in a Big Brother state if that meant I could get rid of, these delinquent people.
Or at least keep an eye on them.
No, just lock them away. How about we take an island? There are so many islands that aren't inhabited. And we just put them all on there with no internet and see how they deal with it.
I just want to take a farm and
they need to
gather
go to
all
the
the
Sandwich Islands.
paedophiles.
Yes, they'll go to the Sandwich Islands. Just send them to the Sandwich Islands with no internet.
No internet. Oh, that's just
Put
cool.
them in Hull. That's what you
Put them in Hull.
Hull.
Okay, if anyone didn't catch that, Matt said put them in Hull. So if anyone is listening from Hull, sorry, but yeah, he has a point. And
Oh, Hole, you just got trolled.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Yeah.
I hope
even
people
though
get the idea that I'm a nice person, yeah?
Matt, you've been silent, except when you're talking about diapers and murder.
No, I had my story, which you filled me in on.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank Will Arnett again because he's brilliant. And if you want to troll me, then that's fine. It feeds me. You can email us at thedorksdeduction@gmail.com, I think it is, or .co.uk. Send it to both.
Come and be
Who
our
cares?
friends.
Troll us on Facebook. Troll us on Twitter, where we are at Dorks Deduction.
They get the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, they get the idea.
I'd like to thank the 80s. I'd like to thank BoJack Horseman. Yeah,
I'd like to thank Pampers.
I'd like to thank the cat lady from next door for not noticing I don't get a cat. From all of us here at the Dorks Deduction, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Dorks Deduction Podcast, where we talk about stuff.
I've got to empty my diaper.
Wait, Matt, say that one more time.
I've got to empty my diaper.
Oh, and with that dirty little note, here's a little note I'd like to call jazz.
So how full was your diaper?
Oh, very full. Literally, I mean, I had to scrape it out. I'm sorry for lowering the tone, but... Anyway. You better get this podcast done, because my diaper will be full soon.
I just farted.
God, if I did that, I'd be in trouble. We're actually going to use this in the podcast, then.
So sorry.